guys? This is your boy Airsoft Fatty here. And real quickly, I'd just like to say, let's keep it going, cut it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Airsoft Fatty here. And I'd like to take a second before I hop into this video to thank Off Grid for showing some love today and sponsoring today's video. I've got a little bit of a life story for you guys and something kind of pertaining to what these beautiful people do. So we're going to hop into this, and right at the end, I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it. So, start with, we're going to be talking about today is the time that I got swatted. So this would have been, what, January 2020, like end of December 2020. It was just a little bit after I was getting ready to move out. Just I was forced out of my home by my, anyhow, I was over at a friend of mine's house streaming, and I actually did not know I had been swatted until the next day. Now here's the crazy part. That night, I parked my van in the backyard to sleep, like I was supposed to do, right? Well, I found out the next morning as I was going to leave and finally took the last load out. My ex-neighbor came up to me and said, "Hey, did you know there was like a shit ton of police at your house and SWAT and stuff?" And I said, "No, what do you mean? I was like sleeping all night." He goes, "No, they came during the day while you were gone." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." Shows me a video. There's news crews out there. There's police, SWAT. They got fire department, EMS out there. And I'm wondering, what the fuck could have happened? I was like, this is kind of weird. I get contacted by a friend of mine who has a lot more info, and he goes, "Yeah, somebody put a call down to the police department." Now, my mother knew a lot of cops throughout the BCPD area. They knew that she had already been gone. They knew who I was. Someone called in saying they were me, saying that I had blown my mother's head off. Mind you, she'd been well gone the past couple of months at that point. That blowing her head off, and that anyone who was going to come out to the house to try and respond was going to find a bullet in their head. And so they shut the whole town down for like half an hour, 45-ish minutes. And, you know, as stated, they ended up shutting down the whole town for about 30, 45 minutes. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, this is ridiculous. And then I think about it. They had SWAT, police, basically the whole kit and caboodle. And I had airsoft guns sitting in my van, some of which had no orange tips, within arm's reach. If I had been home at the time, even just in my van sitting, I could have wound up dead. I'm thankful for not being that. But yeah, that's the time that I got swatted. I didn't even notice I'd been swatted until the next day. But real quickly, before we run out of space, I do want to bring this up. So Off Grid and offgrid.com. These guys create things that help you, well, as they say, go off grid. For instance, you got your basic camera covers, right? That's one of the most basic things. Then they've got these here. These are USB drivers for like if you're plugging your phone in. You can plug these into that USB slot, and it basically acts as a gateway, and it stops any data transfers from happening. So if you plug into like a public USB spot, there's a possibility that someone can actually send data through that USB into your phone. And that's actually how a lot of people get hacked. So they got pretty little things like this that act as a nice little gateway. And you know, they got the camera covers, they got wallets doing the same kind of thing, just like Ridge. And of course, they got themselves a beautiful bag. And when you put any piece of tech in there, it'll block out any signal that goes to it. And there'll be no signals coming in, no signals going out. And as the name goes, you will be completely off the grid. Now make sure to go check them out and check out the links in the description and show them a little love. And we're going to see if we can't stitch this video together and make it all work so beautifully. Thank you again to Off Grid for showing some love, and I hope you guys enjoy yourselves, and well, peace.